There are 6 human needs that Tony Robbins talks about. And I use those 6 human needs and I embed them in my connections. It's going to benefit our relationship in so many ways. One of the first human needs is certainty. We want to feel safe. We want to feel as if our emotions and who we are is not being made fun of. It's kind of a given, right? But a lot of us are not safe to feel, to open their heart to these types of relationships, of the fear of getting rejected. But I want to encourage us to open our heart, and there's nothing to lose. As long as we are pouring into ourselves and giving us the self-love, then from that place, we are certain of our own qualities and what we can bring to others. So we know what makes a good fit and what will not make a good fit, because you know yourself. The second human need is unpredictability. There's a sense of, yeah, I feel like I have all my needs met, but I want a bit of spice. I want a bit of spontaneity. I want to explore a new country, a new city, or a new neighborhood. I want to experience that with my loved ones. And by doing so, you see your partner, your friend, your family member in a different light. Think about surprising someone, coming up with a different thing, a different idea, being a little bit, think outside the box. That way, it keeps life exciting and it really helps you connect. And we want to feel that we have something to offer, that we are appreciated for who we are. And that basically means we have to show up as our best self and not guard our best self. And feel appreciated by others and letting other people help us to enlighten us. Because if we never need anyone and if they don't need us, then we're all super independent and we don't rely on anyone because we're completely 100 and 200 and 300 and 500, 1,000 pounds, 1,000% independent, and we don't need any connection. That is completely false. And that's not how we're designed. We're designed to be open, vulnerable, and share our life with others in certain ways. Another human need is connection and love. Now, if it's not love, it's connection. I'm not talking about this sort of spark or initial flame that we might be familiar with. It's the longevity aspect of a connection. Being there for someone, listening to their low points, their high points, being emotionally invested. I always think of that carpet, laying out a carpet that is cozy and comfortable, where the other person feels ready to be able to share, be vulnerable, but also share amazing, exciting endeavors and talk about desires and aspirations and having a sense of a companion where you can work on those goals together. Then we have growth. We are continuously growing, I hope, and some of us are investing in our personal growth, educating ourselves on topics that truly excites us, and having that type of enthusiasm about life where you're pouring into your knowledge and wanting to know more. You're going to show up into your relationships with wanting to know their perspective, and the others want to hear what your perspectives are, and you're exchanging. Or growth could mean that you have an aligned vision, a aligned goal, and you're working towards something together. Say you both do it together and you share your ups and downs and what you've learned within that journey. Then we have contribution. What can you contribute to a relationship? What type of needs do you want met? If we don't think about that, we leave it up to chance. It is important to be self-aware. What do you have to offer and what do you really seek in a connection? It's almost like you are seeing life in a more colorful way. when you know all the shades, because life isn't just black and white. But if we understand and see other people's perspective and lean in and let other people share what they're learning and what they're going through. And a question like, how is it going, is quite open and quite broad. And of course, a lot of us start that way. But don't let that be the only question that guides and gauges how the person is doing. We should come from different angles. And that's when the person you're talking to feels, actually, I feel like they care. I feel like they actually are safe, a safe person that I can share my vulnerabilities and different sides to. We are not just that one type of person. There's so many angles and dimensions to us. And that's what makes you unique. That's what makes each of us unique. But if we're under the impression that what you see is what you get, that there's more to you, and I'm so aware that there's more to you. And there are people who are willing to get to that part of you. But truthfully, to feel more open and more vulnerable, we got to gauge that that person is actually interested, right? It's not that we're going to gush out and be super into connecting with every single person if we don't see the pathway to that. And sometimes think about those little things that we might subconsciously do that are sabotaging our relationships. Are we saying negative things? Are we discouraging our peers and friends? Are we a positive influence on other people's lives? And radiate an energy of warmth onto others. We want that warmth, that kindness, and making sure that every word that we use comes from a place of love,